kids during this pandemic, you won COVID. You won. Congratulations. You made the best choices. Good for you, sir. You pulled out and you pulled out. Good for you guys. Because I have kids, and holy shit, what a mistake! I haven't showered by myself. I haven't since March 2020. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and every time I turn the shower on, she shows up! Is there room for 2?
2020 election was fucking crazy. On one side, you got this burnt orange motherfucker looking like King Louis from the Jungle Book still, right? And on the other side, you got a dude who looks like he chose the wrong cup in Indiana Jones. I'm just saying, we just voted between 2 80-year-old motherfuckers last year. You know what I mean? That's some crazy ass shit, dude. We all got 80-year-old motherfuckers in our family. We're just happy when the applesauce doesn't dribble out of their mouth on Thanksgiving dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ask an 80-year-old motherfucker what their 5-year plan is. You know what it is? Life. We're like, hey, why don't you try to run the country while you try to make it to 83? Did you say something about dementia? I will figure it out. I'm just saying, we went 4 years with a dude where every single sentence he said, you were like, dude, I might die. Like, this dude could kill me. And now we got a dude where every single sentence he says, you're like, dude, he could fucking die. Like, this could kill him. Like, you got this sentence, big dog? Is somebody putting extra commas in the teleprompter right now?
Anybody identify as lazy in here? Yeah. Lazy with my lazos? Perfect. That's a pretty lazy response. Good job. I'm the laziest person who ever lived. I want to get a read on this. Are you guys the kind of lazy where when you wake up in the middle of the night and you have to pee, you spend 2.5 hours convincing yourself that you don't actually have to pee instead of getting up to pee? Okay, we all know that's not how pee works, all right? It just builds, you know? It's not like poop. The urge to poop can go away. The urge to pee is here to stay. That's what I always say, you guys. That's my motto. That's what's on my throw pillows at home. Poops are sneakier like that. They're just like, oh, you win this time. I'll be back, you know?
Y'all know that they make bleach cleaning wipes in the same packaging as wet wipes for your butt? Did y'all know that? And did y'all know my mom puts both of those things next to each other in the bathroom? That's insane. And I don't know if she's doing that because she's an immigrant, maybe she don't know any better, or because she's been here so long that's like a prank for when Andrew comes over. Because I did make the mistake. Of course I did. I used the bleach wipes on my butt. And it hurt quite a bit. But you know what? I'm rocking a white lady butthole and I feel powerful. You know what I'm saying? I can sense oat milk 50 meters away, you know?
Make some noise if you were happy that Trump lost and then Biden won the election. Make some noise if you were happy that happened. Okay. Now make some noise if you love Joe Biden. You see what like, right? You know what I mean? Like, we won and we're miserable about it. We hate this guy. And I get it. I don't really like him either, but like, you know. There's a part of me that when he won, I was kind of like, part of me was kind of hoping that like Obama would just crawl out of the woodwork. You know, with like a rifle. And he'd be like, I'll do it. He's my dog. You know what I mean? This fucking old Yeller Biden behind the White House. I think that joke might be a federal crime. But I'm a liberal. I love crime.
James Bond was a black woman. It's pretty cool. You know, I want to see him make more white people black. I want to see a black version of Indiana Jones. Let's call it Montana Jackson. In fact, I'm writing a couple of scripts that's just black versions of classic white movies. I'm writing a black version of Jaws. It's called Big Ass Fish. Nothing happens in the movie because nobody gets in the water. That's the only thing. Right now it's more of a short film. As they walk up to the show, they're like, nope, fuck that.
If you've ever been to Chipotle, I think there's something we could all agree on. Can someone tell the employees of Chipotle how to roll a fucking burrito? Can we do that? Can we do that? Because it's supposed to be cylindrical. cylindrical. But every burrito I get, the shape of a softball, I gotta eat it like an apple. Every Chipotle burrito looks like a blonde girl with big shoulders from Arizona was just underhand pitching it at me at 45 miles an hour.
We would have middle school mixers. I was in middle school too. I'm not a pervert. And I remember my first mixer, all the girls gathered in the gymnasium and they started playing Lil Jon and all the girls started twerking, right? But it was real stiff. We were white Catholics. You know, you've seen a litter of scared puppies before. It was my first time seeing what twerking was. So I was watching them, and as I was watching them, you know, the boys would come up behind them and they do that night dance. And I'm learning this, and as I'm watching them, this boy comes up behind me, this little bottom feeder comes up looking for the night dance, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this, but I'm real white, okay? A beat is just a vegetable to me. So I was like, all right. So what I did, I just danced out the actual words of the song. You know, I was just like, okay, to the window, and I just did a little square to the wall. I got real stiff. All that sweat dropped down. You know, I just did a sad W, balls. And the whole time that boy's pelvis just had a hard time guessing where I was headed to next. Till eventually he had to detach, so.
Dating this new girl, she likes calling me daddy. Yeah. I don't like it though, so I've been calling her mama. The only problem is every time we have sex, it sounds like two kids lost in a mall. Feels like I'm fucking in a food court, you know what I mean? Just Sbarro in the air. It's pizza by the slice, you know, so I'll check it out.
I went up to one of these horses to try and ride it, and it was really nervous, and it backed away from me. And my mom looked me in my eyes, and she goes, breathe in his nose. What? She was like, breathe in his nose, it'll relax him. And I was like, oh. No. No, I'm not going to do that. And she goes, no jokes. Okay, if you breathe in a horse's nose, he'll relate to you, and he'll understand you. And I was like, there's no fucking way that that's true at all. Because I worked in a restaurant. Do you know how many customer service situations would be diffused if that was like even remotely true? Right? Like some lady comes up to me, she's like, excuse me, I ordered my iced tea 45 minutes ago. Where is it? And I go, come here. Like, what are we... What?
Little things happen as you get older that you don't expect. I always thought getting older was like, oh, you get wrinkles and your back hurts, right? That's what getting older was. There's all these other little weird things. Like, one thing that happened recently is I started seeing a piece of dust in the upper left side of my eye. Just this tiny piece of dust. So I went to my doctor. I was like, I'm seeing dust in my upper left side of my eye. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's called a floater. I was like, well, what do I do about it? And he's like, just don't look to the upper left anymore. I was like, ever? He's like, no, what's up there? You don't need to look up there anymore. As you get older, you just want to look straight ahead. Stop looking around so much. There's nothing over there. Just focus straight ahead.
You hurt a woman's spirit enough, she'll help you kill yourself. She will. I had an ex break up with me. I was so sad. I said, listen, if you don't take me back, I'm taking all these pills. And she was like, well, you know, some people don't deserve to live, for real. You want some water? I hate for you to choke on one of those pills. That's how you feel for me? She's like, I don't feel for you. God damn.
I didn't really know what Gen Z even was until I read an article about it on the New York Times recently about the definition of Gen Z. And the New York Times defines Gen Z as somebody born after 1997 or, and this is true, not my words, New York Times, or doesn't remember 9/11? And when I read that, I was like, why did they use such a violent reference point? You know? I feel there's so many other fun ways to measure time, right? They could have said anything. They could have been like, born after 1997 and only remembers Fast and Furious 5 and up, you know? Born after 1997 and doesn't remember Two Girls, One Cup. Like, there's so many ways.
My girlfriend and I, we decided. I have never been more offended in my fucking life. I was not gonna curse this whole time, but what the fuck? What the fuck? That's why we need cancel culture and shit like that. We need accountability. People used to not be able to do that because those people thought I was gay. That's how they do it. They still do it. People will still assume I'm gay just like that. Dude bros love to assume I'm gay. You know how dude bros do it? They always are surprised I like sports. Right? I was around a couple dude bros, brought up my fantasy football team, and one of them was like, "You like fantasy football?" Which part of the football is your fantasy specifically, huh? Is it the tight end? I'm like, get out of here, dude.